Hey everybody, David the AI Guide. Thanks so much for tuning in today. Be sure to stay to the end. You'll get a link to click on for a free resource. We're finally rolling out our first free resource for our viewers and subscribers, and we're really excited to do this. This is step one, and there'll be a lot more coming, but we hope you enjoy this resource, but you got to stay to the end to get it. So thank you. Please continue to subscribe, like, and share. And today we're going to go back to a topic that was very well received, which is AI in Africa. And this particular use of AI is about a field of research that's relatively new. So the UN, the United Nations, came up with a system of economic and environmental accounting. So what this is an attempt to get a value for each country's natural resources. And natural resources have many, many different uses and many different configurations and changes from country to country. So this is going to, over time, build up into a global economic and environmental resource tool. But for now, they're working on it in Africa. And there was an agreement signed by the countries south of the Sahara Desert in Africa called the Gaborone Declaration for Sustainability in Africa. And this declaration committed 18 countries in sub-Saharan Africa to figuring out what their resources were, trying to value those resources and make them sustainable. Because one of the things that you can read about easily in the press is that every year a significant portion of sub-Saharan forests are burned to clear land for agriculture. So this is the kind of thing that these countries are trying to understand and get a grip on and figure out what this kind of human activity means in terms of the environment and agriculture and sustainability. So this is really important. And these countries do not have the resources that a country like the United States has and other countries in the world. So a joint effort with the Liberian government, the government of Liberia, was set up between Conservation International, which is a major global conservation outfit, nonprofit, and NASA and the Environmental Protection Agency here in the U.S. So for Liberia, what they did was Conservation International sent in teams throughout the country to map at ground level what type of environment it was and what resources are available. And then at the same time, NASA is using its satellite configuration to help the Liberian government use satellite images to further define their ecosphere. And these images are high volume and over 20 years. So NASA is using AI, machine learning, deep learning, to look at the changes over 20 years of many, many data points and what it has meant for the ecosystem in Liberia. And when this project is finished, all of this will be shared with the Liberian government, and they will take over this environmental economic accounting. This is very, very important for developing countries because developing countries have immediate pressing needs. They have people who are hungry. They have lack of infrastructure in terms of lack of electricity, lack of schools, lack of fresh water, lack of wastewater treatment facilities, many, many things. And trying to improve the well-being of the members of their society in these countries, at the same time allowing utilization of natural resources, but conservation of those so that they don't shoot themselves in the foot, as it were, and destroy the resources they need to accomplish development. This is very, very critical for these countries. And once this project between NASA and the EPA in the US, Conservation International, and the government of Liberia is complete, they'll move on to other countries in the Gaborone Environmental Sustainability Agreement in Africa to do the same thing for them. This is going to dramatically increase governmental knowledge and awareness of natural resources and what they are and what protection measures are needed in these countries in Africa. So this will help both with development to provide a better life for the people of these countries and for conservation. And ultimately, these conservation efforts will protect a lot of very vulnerable and unique species that we all know about that are particular to Africa and really don't exist anywhere else. We're talking elephants, zebras, gazelle, monkey. A lot of monkeys exist in other parts of the world, but different ones, not the ones in Africa. So this is a terrific project and a great example of how AI can be used for good. And once again, we see that NASA uses AI extensively because they are generating so much data every single day from all of their satellites and space probes and everything else that they're doing, that it's impossible for humans to keep up with this volume of data. So AI is perfect to analyze this data, look for correlations, and provide answers to specific questions that are asked and that are pressing for these countries in Africa in this case. So AI very much has a role for good in the world. And part of our mission at the AI Guide here is to advocate for these positive, good uses of AI to help people globally, not just in the developed countries, but globally, improve their lives, have less hunger, less disease, and to sustain our planet, because the population of this planet is still increasing overall quite rapidly. In fact, for my core audience of younger viewers, 18 to 34, you will easily see the population of the world hit 10 billion and more. So sustainability is critical to being able to provide food to 10 billion people, up from about 8 billion now, and to, at the same time, conserve precious natural resources which provide the means to feed that many people. So lots to think about here. Great stuff happening with U.S. entities, NASA and the EPA, assisting conservation efforts with global nonprofits and foreign governments to help them get a grip on their natural resources and better manage those resources. Great stuff, great story. Came off the NASA website, if you're interested. And we'll talk to you next time. But again, the link is down below right now for the free resource to learn more about AI. Thanks a lot. Take care, and we'll keep resources coming for you.